Hey, this is Black Femme Beauty, and I'm here to do an energy reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I've already pre-shuffled the deck. So we're going to get into it. So, Spirit, what do you have for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you, Spirit. I'm truly grateful for your blessings, and your love. Sometimes I be like, I didn't shuffle enough, or I didn't get it mixed up. But my thing is, what I learned, it's going to be what it's going to be, and the message is going to be revealed anyway. However you shuffle or not shuffle. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Growth. Card out for Libra. I was told to take one card, so I'm going to do what I was told. Oh, I was told to clarify this with Lenormand. Usually we do tarot. Well, I can't say usually because sometimes I'm told to do something different. Clarify this for me, Spirit. What's going on here for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? I got a lot of solar plexus and throat chakra energy here. With this blue and this yellow. Excuse me. Clarify this growth for me, Spirit, for Libra. Two more times, 2 cards. Okay. First card out, Bouquet. This is affection, abundance, gifts. Queen of Spades, Queen of Swords is at the top of the card here. This card is a 9, completion. 2 cards popped out here. Sith. This is cutting away, unexpected ending. And then child with new beginning, innocence, young, new start. Sith is a 10, child is a 13, breaking down to a 4. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Sith endings, cutting away. Unexpected ending, cutting away. Child, innocence, young start. Young new start, I'm sorry. So I'm getting this as an energy of self, Libra. You want to expand your consciousness and your awareness of yourself. This is something you're also speaking into existence, as well as the other work you're doing to manifest this. But I mean, when you expand your consciousness and awareness of self, endings happen. as well as new starts and new beginnings in all aspects, depending on how deep you go with this awareness of self and the consciousness. I'm gonna read growth really quickly. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. You are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you, it is also about recognizing every person and the circumstance on your path as a teacher. The constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signposts that Spirit has left on your path. Take the time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that are given. Be open to receive. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. That was interesting. Anyway, so let's clarify this. Spirit, what is going on here? Can you clarify this bouquet, this gifts, abundance, and affection as it relates to Libra and growth? I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Can you clarify the Sith, cutting away, unexpected endings, as well as child, new starts, innocence, young. First card out, death and rebirth. Knight of Swords. That's the haste card. Six of Cups. All right, so what I'm getting for this death and rebirth is basically a transformation, an awakening of some sort. Well, I wouldn't say some sort. I would say spiritually. It aligns with the consciousness, expanding your consciousness and awareness. But this is really an ending to who you were or who you told that you were, and a rebirth into who you really are. The solar plexus, and I'm not going to say it's really are like you were being false. I mean, because some of us were being false, but not in a conscious way that we knew of. With this solar plexus energy, we came into the world with the identity of our parents. I mean, the umbilical cord is basically very near, if not on the solar plexus. But you're being fed through that cord that is connected to your mother. And you get both your mother and your father, but you're getting mainly whoever your mother felt she was, or how she felt towards your father, or your father felt that he was at the time, especially when you know, in the traditional, depending on the position you have sex. But you know what I mean. That is, the lower chakras are usually in sync with one another. So you are undoing, unprogramming, letting go beliefs that were inherited that did not align with you or don't align in line with you anymore. And this death and rebirth card is just reinforcing that. You've brought an ending to old ways of being for yourself, no matter how they were acquired, whether they were inherited through programming, through ancestry, or whatever. You're letting go of that. And I feel like with it clarifying the bouquet, gifts, abundance, and affection, there will be a reward at the end of this, and rewards during this journey. I mean, because the more you heal yourself, the more you release the trauma, the hurt, the pain that was placed upon you, inherited, or happened to you. And when I say release, I don't mean just ignore them. I mean you work through them. The shadow aspects, how they affected you, and you learn and you grow from them. This Knight of Swords coming out to clarify Sith. This is a hasty energy. This person running towards whatever they're running towards. I'm going to clarify this. I mean, this death and rebirth may cause you to immediately decide to cut away and unexpectedly end things with people. And the death and rebirth may cause people to cut away and unexpectedly end things with you, because once you start healing and being more conscious and aware of self and moving different in that aspect of not necessarily changing but growing and evolving, your vibration changes. Your vibration changes, and some people don't resonate with you anymore. It doesn't feel right with you anymore. And it unexpectedly ends, or is chosen to be cut away. And this here will be ongoing. Cycles of transformation, rebirth, transition, change, new beliefs, newfound awareness, endings, a symbolic death, and initiation process. This will happen a lot. The more, like I said earlier, with the growth card, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. That can be layered. And like I said, it depends on how deep you want to go. This isn't an energy of a one-time thing, because once you start transforming and changing, it is uncomfortable, but I feel like your body, your mind, your spirit enjoy it to the point where when you reflect back on where you were, it feels better. It is better. You know, whatever better is for you. Everybody is different, but your body, mind, and spirit feels much better. You're not really in your head to the point where what people think or what you were taught or what you were told. You are releasing all of that. Sometimes with ease and sometimes without ease. Like I said, it is not always comfortable, depending on where you're at in this death and rebirth, in these cycles of transformation. Rebirth, transition, change, new beliefs, newfound awareness, endings, a symbolic death, and initiation process. A symbolic death. That's usually related to ego death for me. And it's pretty much, if you die before you die, then you won't die when you die. I take that as you'll be reborn if you do the work while you're here with this death and rebirth. And it could feel like an actual death with the discomfort, depending on what layer you're at. I've been at layers, or this layer I'm on now, I'm looking for my shoe. This layer that I'm on now is like Kendrick say, this shit deep. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And but like I said, with this Knight of Swords energy clarifying the Sith, unexpected endings, cut away. I mean, that's going to happen throughout this whole process of transformation, this whole process of growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And I feel like that is what you are doing. I'm getting a lot of heart space energy. Six of Cups. This is inner child. This is nostalgia. In the traditional tarot, it could mean soulmates. This is clarifying child, innocence, young, new start. I feel like you're going back to, with this rebirth, this death and rebirth, this consciousness and awareness, this healing, this growth that you're doing. It is taking you back to your childhood so you can learn. I'm going to say relearn, but it's not necessarily relearn. It's learn in a healthy space of what makes you tick, what you enjoy, what is joyful, abundant, healthy for you. And you're possibly even giving yourself the love and the nurturing that you didn't receive as a child. The colors on this card really remind me of the lower chakras, root chakra with this red, yellow, solar plexus. And with the orange, the sacral chakra. Like I said, I got a lot of solar plexus energy here too, as well as throat chakra, your fifth chakra. And then I'm feeling a lot of heart energy without this reading. So you're very much so, I don't want to say program, but for lack of a better term, reprogramming yourself in terms of learning and unlearning things that do not serve you any longer. Some of us may have moved in a toxic space, but I feel like we're learning there are other ways, better ways, brighter ways, healthier ways, ways to get the same thing, moving from a heart space of love. Clarify this death and rebirth. No, I'm sorry, Spirit. Clarify this Knight of Swords energy for me. And this Six of Cups. Tower, isolation, authority, law, structure. I feel like you're creating your own. With this death and rebirth, you could be in isolation, getting you together. Coffin is 8. This is endings, letting go, and illness. With this clarifying the Six of Cups, I feel like you're putting an end to what you were taught and letting go of toxic behaviors, programmings, teachings that did not serve you. I feel like with the Six of Cups, you're also with this nostalgia energy, you're thinking about that. You're thinking about in ways you moved and why you moved those ways, where you got that from, like who taught you to do that, where did you see that, why did you feel that that was the right thing to do. And I feel like you're letting go and putting an end into it. And this also stands for illness. Some of this growth, consciousness, and awareness, this death and rebirth could have been triggered by an illness. But I feel like with the cutting away, unexpected endings also, and this hasty energy with this Knight of Swords, this could cause a tower. But I'm also getting, no, it's not. Because we have 10, 19, breaking down to a 10, which is a 1, new beginnings again. So even if it does cause a traditional tower, this unexpected endings, like I said, people could be ending things with you. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. It'll all be for your better. You're all for your wellness and good. Clarify death and rebirth for me. Empress. This is nurturing. This is what else is this? Hold on. This is abundance. This is fertility. This is growth. This is expansion. This Empress stands for, represents, all the queens in the tarot. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like with you going through this death and rebirth process, this is the energy that you're coming into. This Empress energy. It's also a manifestation energy as well. The divine feminine, prolific, creativity, fertility, motherhood, unity, the goddess, sensuality, nurturing, abundance, empathy, unconditional love, unification of mind, body, and spirit. And like I said here, you're possibly nurturing yourself, providing the nurturing and the love for yourself that you did not receive during your childhood. And some people could have, received love in the way that your parents knew it to be. But I feel like some of us are reflecting and realizing that wasn't love. That was not unconditional love. Some of us didn't receive love from our parents unless we provided something, unless we did something, gave them something. We weren't just loved just because we were their children and that was what they were supposed to do as parents, But what needs to be learned by all is just parents are people too. I'm hearing unloved because some of them were, because that's why they passed it down to you. I'm also hearing fucked up, neglected, used, and abused themselves, and that was love for them. Okay, don't use this one, use the pink one. So I'm going to clarify this with the Tough Love Oracle. So after this rebirth, or during this death and rebirth, because like I said, it's an ongoing thing in terms of once you get to transforming, changing, growing, and glowing, and moving out of the energy that no longer serves you. Because at the same time, you're healing yourself. You're healing your inner child. You're creating an innocent, young, new start for yourself. And you're putting an ending to things that did not serve you anymore. You're going to move into this energy of the Empress. This unconditional love, this manifestation, this fertility, this goddess energy, this divine feminine energy. And this could be male or female. It does not matter. Because we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. The right side of your body is masculine. The left side is feminine. And then we also have the moon here, which is also feminine, yin. But I just feel like with this death and rebirth, this transformation, this change, this layered growth, and coming out of everything that did not serve you, as I said, you need to definitely, and I feel like you were already getting in this energy because this came out first to clarify the death and rebirth, to clarify growth, gifts, abundance, affection. I feel like this is something that you are providing for yourself in this divine feminine energy that you are in, or that you're coming into after this initial death and rebirth process. Okay, clarify each one of these for me, Spirit. This death and this rebirth, well, this bouquet, this Sith column, as well as the child. Clarify this for me. I'm using the Tough Love Oracle deck in terms of growth. Clarify this for me, Spirit. You better. You better. You better shine on them, baby. You a star. Forever is playing in my ear by So Rock. I love that song. It's definitely a good song if you're going through death and rebirth. So Rock. SA-ROC. First card out, get right or get dragged. Learn the lesson. I feel like you're doing that with this death and rebirth coming into this Empress energy. I was told not to take this. The way it came out, it slipped out of my hand. But I feel like, yeah, you are learning the lesson. Some people may be going back and forth, though, because with this Sith energy, this unexpected endings cut away, this consciousness and awareness and expansion, this Knight of Swords with this hasty energy clarifying the Sith. Some people may feel like it's difficult to, once you get to coming into awareness, some things you come into awareness upon are very hard to digest, especially when we're talking about these lower chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra. The root chakra is your ancestry. That's where your bloodline is. The sacral chakra is parents, inner child, any trauma you experience, any abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, all that lies there. And then you have your solar plexus, the identity, how these lower chakras, the root and the sacral chakras shaped you, as well as what you inherited from your parents. So I feel like it has been difficult for some people to come into awareness. Like I realize or accept what has been revealed. Like I realized just the other day, even though it's always been there, but it was difficult to come into the awareness that my mom has always put intimate partners before me. Even my own father, with a certain situation about buying a house, she put him before me. And then when he fucked up, as it was already written on the wall, then it was like, oh, okay, I need you to do this, or, you know, then it was backtracking. Then when I continued to move forward, and this was years ago, but I continued to move forward and help her because we're supposed to be a team and all of that, at least in my mind, she fucked me over again. And really, I can't say she fucked me over because I did that to myself, because it was already written on the wall for both of us, you know. So as I was saying, during this rebirth and transformation, this death and rebirth and everything, it's gonna be difficult to, once you realize, coming into this consciousness and awareness, especially when you're expanding it, you know, it's going to be difficult to accept, to swallow a lot of things that are revealed. But it is for your greater good. And my thing is, you don't want to pass none of this down that did not serve you to your children. Whether you have them naturally, whether you adopt them, however you do you. Even your dogs, your pets, you don't want to pass it down. So get right or get dragged. Learn the lesson. And it's easier said than done, but I feel like Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, you seem to be on the right path. Because you've made a conscious effort, spoken into existence, moving in that energy, you know, to expand your consciousness and your awareness. Second card out, clarifying this Sith, this Knight of Swords, and this Tower. You can't do it on your own. Ask for help. And I'm just going to say, be careful who you ask. Some people may not understand, may not need to understand, but they still want to help you. If you have to convince anybody, then I would disregard that, because this is your journey. You can't convince anybody to understand, to be okay with what you're doing. What you're doing is for you. And people can only meet you at the level of awareness that they are, or as also they can only meet you at the level that they have met themselves. And me, myself, I know that I am the only one on both sides of my family that is doing the healing and the death and rebirth at the level that I'm doing it. I don't know what everybody else is doing specifically, but I know as deep as I'm going, that's not happening around me within my bloodline. And you could be the only one. So you may have to go outside of your family. You may have to seek professionals, Reiki practitioners, therapists, energy healers, light workers, however you do you. But once you seek it, you will find it. Just make sure you use your discernment. Stop worrying. Your material needs will be met. Be grateful. So with all this healing, this death and rebirth, this growth, this consciousness and awareness, I'm sure it is a lot of work. I know for myself it's exhausting and it's taxing on your mind, body, and spirit to the point where you may be worried about your material needs. You may be worried about your material needs. I know I have. And this is saying stop worrying, be grateful. Your material needs will be met. You're going to be good. I mean, God did not set you on this path. You did not decide to get on this path to have doubt and have fear. Some things are going to change. This tower moment, this cutting away, it could be a job. As you heal and grow and expand your consciousness awareness, you could realize like, hey, I can't even work in this place no more. No, I don't have any other options. I got a little bit of savings, but I got to say fuck it because it's really making me sick. Because like I said, this also stands for illness. And you could be, in places that are triggering you, but stop worrying. Your material needs will be met. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. I worry too. I used to worry a lot more. Not as much as I used to. Like when I was 16, the doctor had told me if I didn't stop worrying, I was going to get ulcers. The point where I was worried. And I don't even remember what the hell I was worried about at 16. But at that point when he said that, and I think somebody in my family had ulcers, and they were talking about how painful they were. And then that's when I adopted the attitude of fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket, fuck it. It's going to be what it's going to be. I can't control anything. I move in a space of integrity, honesty, and good intention from my heart space, and I can't control things. It's gonna be what the fuck it is. And I know what I prayed and manifested. Libra, you know what you prayed and manifested. And sometimes the manifestations and the prayers are much bigger than you've ever imagined. Because also as you expand your consciousness and awareness, you're going to want and desire more in terms of all that programming, all those things you were told you can't have, you can't do because of whatever reason, or you felt you couldn't have or you couldn't do because of whatever reason. You're going to say, oh, fuck all that. Because you're going to see that, like, no, anything's motherfucking possible. Anything is motherfucking possible. I can have it all. If I want it, I can have it. Like, you ain't asking for nothing that ain't in alignment with your highest good. You're not asking for anything in a space of spite or selfishness. This is what you know you deserve. But being grateful helps you get there sooner than later. And I know with doing this death and this rebirth and this expanding your consciousness and awareness, that takes a lot of healing. That takes a lot of growth, but it doesn't seem like that every day. Like, that your needs will be met. But as long as you have food, shelter, clothing, and some of us may not have that. But my thing is, what you do have, your life, your mind, your body, your spirit, in a healthy space, you have to be grateful for that as well. Sometimes it does get to what some may call the bare minimum, because you have some people that cannot or not in a position to make decisions for themselves and not being protected or loved or provided for by people moving from their heart space. And you have to be grateful that you're able to at least decide things for yourself. I'm not saying compare your stuff to others and say, well, at least I'm better than this. No, the goal is not to be better than anybody, but yourself yesterday. Give me some energy, spirit for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter as it applies to this reading. 2 cards, okay. And that didn't do nothing. The time. My immortal, Evanescence is playing. This death and rebirth, if you die before you die, then you won't die when you die. I feel like once you do leave this 3D earth, some people come back as spirit guides and or ancestors, like ancestors for people in their family, or even spirit guides for other people. That's with the immortality. I just thought about what's that movie when I said that, the vampire movie Twilight. But I thought about the Volturi. So remember, Libra, when it comes to this, ask for help. You can't do it on your own. Seek out professionals. Reiki healers, energy healers, therapists. I'm hearing group. I saw this one place they offered acupuncture in a group setting. It was cheaper than the one-on-ones. It's like $45 versus, I forgot, but and then also there are a lot of other ways to heal yourself. Like you can Google meditations for your roots, sacral and solar plexus chakra that are free. You can do it with mantras. You know, the root chakra mantra is LAM, L-A-M, living abundant manifestations, L-A-M. The sacral chakra mantra is VAM, victory, acceptance, manifestations. VAM, victory, acceptance, manifestations. The solar plexus chakra is RAM, root, acceptance, manifestation. RAM, root, acceptance, manifestation. You can chant those. You can Google how to enunciate it properly and just sit in a meditative space and chant them. Okay. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships, reflect our wounds, introspection. I'm getting that this was triggered, this consciousness and awareness expansion, this death and rebirth could have been triggered by a love relationship or a friendship. It could have been, it don't necessarily have to be love. Could have been any type of relationship. Could have been familial. Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Yeah, as you continue to do this healing, it's definitely preparing you for union, and that could be friendship and in love. You could have had some fuck boy or girl trigger this for you as well. Could have been a karmic partner. Could have been a divine partner. Maybe y'all in separation. Maybe y'all doing it together. But like I said, it also could be a familiar relationship too. So we're going to wrap this up. Give me a message for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter that is in alignment, their highest good, that will assist them with this growth and expansion of their consciousness and awareness spirit. Thank you. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Give me a card to conclude this reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter that is in alignment with their highest good and will assist them with the expansion of their consciousness and awareness, and or the journey. Love begins. Love begins. Your cup is about to overflow with joy, happiness, and positive feelings. This is the first of the emotions cards and therefore signifies that a new love opportunity beckons. This doesn't necessarily have to be physical love, but could also represent the passion and devotion for an idea, a goal, or even a new creative endeavor. This would be a perfect time to open yourself and your heart to the higher vibrations and loving energy of the universe. When past issues are resolved, this healing that you're doing, this death and rebirth, when past issues are resolved, when forgiveness for others as well as yourself has been attained, and when your heart is truly open and ready to receive, then new roads leading you toward love will be revealed. So with this mirror and this ascending, you could be a partner that you haven't met yet also, that is going through the same thing or choosing to expand in their consciousness and awareness too. You could be mirroring each other. You may not even know them. But I mean, once you move through all of this and y'all come into awareness of each other, and I'm getting really, like I said, heart chakra energy, which I've been getting it through this whole reading. And also the mantra for heart chakra is Yam. Y as in yes, A as in acceptance, M as in manifestation. Yam. Y'all could be coming together. All right, thank you, Libra.